Hi, we're now going to go to Vienna, Austria, where Franz Narada, who worked with the Global Village Project and worked with McConnell back in the 1990s. And the Peace Bell was delivered and put in 1996 in Vienna, Austria. And McConnell went over there for that event. And Franz has been a big supporter and every year has been doing an event at the Peace Bell in Vienna to mark Earth Day on the Equinox. Here's Franz Narada.
Morning. My name is Franz Narada. I have convened the Earth Day celebrations and Peace Bell ringings at the United Nations in Vienna for 21 years, from 1997 to 2018. 21 years filled with wonderful encounters and beautiful highlights, but also, all in all, with a feeling of disappointment. While we were assuming that everyone must understand the simple message of Earth Day, that there is only one planet we live on and one shared atmosphere that we breathe, the new millennium brought us slow but seemingly inexorable erosions of the very foundations on which a global covenant, as we thought, still was to be built. In an interplay of hybris and repercussions, the world started changing faster than we could ever dream of. And the incredible wisdom that the Earth Day contains, seeking to bring the world together, seemed to fade away. Instead of friends and partners, countries began to act as adversaries and enemies again, communicate less and less possibilities and more red lines. We, the small community, which was faithful to the original Earth Day idea, we almost lost hope and motivation to continue. And there were some external circumstances that changed a lot. That lasted until to that point that we reached now. Because now we are in a moment in which the pain and the perception of danger has become so strong that the only message that we finally could have in this situation is a renaissance of Earth Day's core message. So what is this core message? Why are we so convinced of the truth that this tireless preacher John McConnell repeated again and again? Well, the core message is that there can be no separation between the behavioral, the social, and the environmental question. The answer to the behavioral question is peace and cooperation. The answer to the social question is sharing, not hoarding. And the answer to the environmental question is, of course, caring and regenerating the foundations of our life. You cannot save the climate if you do not also address war in the military. You cannot have peace if there are fundamental inequalities in this world. And you cannot have justice if people are excluded from the resources of the earth. This is why the original Earth Day mantra, peace, justice, and care for the earth, is not simply an enumeration of goals, but this mantra points us to a complex interplay to the foundations of a future worth living. And I'm thanking here in Vienna the NGO Committee on Peace that they helped us to rejuvenate Earth Day in this spirit. We know that wars can never be won. To quote German singer Reinhard May, it has become clear that war is destroying all humans, even those who seem to emerge unscathed, because war destroys the souls of humans. Every war does, and also the ones they sell us as inevitable and just. So what can we do? How can we bridge the gap to those who seem to be caught in what is known in psychology as the prisoner's dilemma? As you may know, the prisoner's dilemma is a situation where individual self-interest leads to a worse outcome for all, despite cooperation providing the optimal choice for everyone. The prisoners are separated and interrogated and offered a deal to betray each other for personal gain. And the deal works when distrust grows, the fear of being betrayed by the other. Now, it is no exaggeration to say that the whole world is in a prisoner's dilemma nowadays. They want to take away our power, so let's attack them first. You all know how universal this diabolic logic is. I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but about all of us. It is definitely not enough to celebrate Earth Day once a year, ring the bell, and so on. It will not do much. But it is good to feel that there are like-minded people around the world. But still, we are only a few. But I think there is an amazing possibility in this very brutal moment that history has bestowed upon us. We must answer the tendencies of absolute confrontation, and they exist like never before. Let's be clear about that. We must answer these tendencies of absolute confrontation with a vision of absolute cooperation. When I was starting Earthday at the UN in the 90s, I was inspired by the vision of turning half of Austria's vast military training areas, more than 100 square kilometers in Altensteig, Waldviertel, just half of it, into a world peace village, bringing together the best technical and ecological solutions from all over the world. This village should demonstrate that we can turn each corner of this planet into a paradise with shared knowledge and technology. And I was pretty much also inspired by John McConnell, who was with us at that time. And he always underlined the basic truth. There is no win-lose in true cooperation. We will all win from it, as we will all lose from confrontation. We have an incredible future ahead of us if we understand the breathtaking potential of deep cooperation, not just between humans, but also deep cooperation with nature. In every drop of water, there is an incredible miracle. And we can discover this miracle on all sides of the earth, share our knowledge by global communication. And this is the only way that, in my view, war can be made obsolete. I want to conclude my remarks by again turning our attention to the bell. Many indigenous people used sound to receive information from their environment, to communicate with each other, to heal and transform. They believed and still believe that sound is the creative, generative force that brought the universe into being. In vibrational medicine also, unique tones create the perfect condition for deep meditation, creative thinking, and intuitive messages. Pure sound waves emanating from singing bowls arouse our ability to hear with more than just our ears. We feel the sound of Tibetan singing bowls just as we help perceive our ears. It's a regeneration process connected with a spiritual awakening that could have a profound effect on illnesses, suffering in all aspects of our life. So, together with a cosmic message of a new cycle of creation, which my co-speakers will elaborate on, the equinox and the bell, they blend to one beautiful symbol and story. Thank you.